All right. All right. Hello and welcome again. My name is Wade Smith. I'm probably going to have too much light this time of morning from this angle, but I'm going to try filming this in this direction. Um, so this video is entitled uh, Isshinryu Speed is Power, and it's the vertical fist of Isshinryu versus the horizontal twist punch of, say, boxing and other martial arts styles. The vertical fist punch is used in Dukes-ryu ninjutsu. It's also used in Goju-ryu, which is where we get it from in Isshinryu. But speed is power. As you may remember from mechanics and physics, um, power is work per second. All right, so that's the it's proportional to the cube of velocity of a fluid, where your arm is about 70% water or so. So it's mostly a fluid with some bones and solids built into it. All right. Well, power is proportional to the cube of velocity and is proportional to half the mass of the fluid or object moving. So speed is power, in other words. So we have proven with video evidence and timing this that an Isshinryu brown and black belt can throw 3 vertical fist punches in the same time that a boxer can throw 2 horizontal twist punches. So that means that the Isshinryu punches are actually hitting faster, which means they are in fact more powerful. According to the definition of power in physics, this punch is both faster and stronger, and it's actually more stable because your bones are aligned. When you throw this punch, you can break your wrist, especially if you're punching through the body. Uh, we do still use a horizontal hook punch, but it's actually used for the same reason because you're leading with your 2 biggest knuckles, and in this case, your 2 bones of your radius and ulna of your forearm are aligned with the plane of your attack. So it's actually the correct thing for the same reason that the vertical fist punch is correct when throwing a straight punch, either to the body or the face. And I do know that the vertical fist punch does in fact hit harder and faster than the horizontal twist punch because I have beaten boxers by boxing rules using Isshinryu martial arts. All right. Um, let's see. So, uh, I'm like I say, I don't practice every day like I used to. I used to practice every day, and on weekends I practice 4 to 8 hours a day. But I can go and just drill you in the stomach or the solar plexus, or I can go, "Bop, bop, bop," and I've got you. Now, um, these these boxers, they have not adapted to improvements in the physics of fighting because they're still doing the same thing that they did literally 120 years ago in boxing. All right, so you got to learn something new and be open minded. Like for example, whenever I took Shotokan karate, um, uh, let's just say that this instructor's name is Joey, which that is his real first name. I'm not going to give his last name because I don't want to embarrass him. I'm not going to tell you what city he was teaching in either. But he is a 7th degree black belt, and I do respect the man because he um he also was a 2-time world Kumite champion in Shotokan karate. He won the world championship 2 consecutive years in Shotokan karate, point knockdown, I think. And so he can in fact throw a jump spinning back kick and hit a target every single time. And he is a 7th degree black belt. Nevertheless, he and his assistant instructors, whenever I joined his school for a while, um, they insisted that I had to do everything the Shotokan way. And we're pretty sure that we've already proven that most of the time the Isshinryu way is preferred over the Shotokan way. If there's a situation where the Shotokan way is better, I want to know it because I want to do it that way because that's the preferred way. So if you can prove me wrong, I'll do it the Shotokan way and I'll start doing it the Shotokan way. But I'm pretty sure that we've actually proven the Shotokan camp wrong in Isshinryu. That's why Sensei Mark stopped training in Shotokan and started training in Isshinryu after he was introduced to Isshinryu concepts in the military. Because back when Sensei Mark and Advincula and Michael Storms were all in the military, they were still using a vertical fist punch in the military as well. And they were doing the double bone block with the meat on the outside in the military. They don't do the Shotokan bone block because that is too easy to break your own radius or ulna. So one of the reasons this punch is actually slower, but actually I will admit that the horizontal twist punch does have one advantage that we know of and admit in Isshinryu. And Grandmaster Shimabuku did teach both the vertical fist punch and the horizontal twist punch for different situations. So I'm not saying that it's strictly better, but we do know that for most people, this punch actually has about 1/8 of an inch longer range for some reason than this punch. So there is an advantage there, and if you're Bruce Lee and want to try to abuse a 1/8 of an inch long range advantage in that punch, be my guest and go ahead. But this punch is provably stronger and faster. And I don't hit with 1,000 foot-pound punch anymore because, like I said, I don't practice martial arts every single day of my life anymore. But I still hit with over 600 foot-pounds with the horizontal with the vertical fist punch because I have tested it on a force meter not too long ago. But whenever I was 20 years old, I used to hit with over 1,000 pounds on my right cross, and I know my front thrust kick is at least twice as strong as my right cross, based on being able to kick a standing water bag, a fully loaded standing water bag, about 10 feet across a room in a dojo, when I was only 165 to 185 pounds. So, a fully trained adult man's vertical fist Isshinryu punch should hit with about 1,000 pounds of force. All right, and a fully trained adult man's front thrust kick should basically hit with 2,000 pounds plus 4 times their own body weight, is what I've been told. All right, so and this is not a snap punch. We're not just trying to hit the surface and pull our punch back. We're punching through the surface and then pulling our punch back, either to standing guard or to the hip to quickly reload for another max power punch. Because a punch from the hip hits harder than a punch from standing guard. But obviously, against a skilled opponent, you need to hold standing guard, obviously. So I'm not telling you to abandon, obvious standing guard fight mechanics. I know better than that. But I'm just saying, if you need to, you can cock your punch back to the hip if you're fighting a bigger opponent anyway, and go ahead and throw a full range of motion there to get even more power and speed at the end of contact. So that's my argument for why the vertical fist punch. The reasons the vertical fist punch is probably better than a horizontal twist punch. And I didn't notice I did tell you that the horizontal punch is still taught anyway, and it is in fact about 1/8 of an inch longer for most people. So there is at least one good advantage for the horizontal twist punch anyway. All right, thank you for watching. I hope this is visible. I hope the sun's not too bright for my lighting. And thanks for watching. Why didn't the cursor get moved again? It should stay right there. All right, there we go.